an expose. No one picked it up, by the way, which I think is very interesting. These days, when one trade writes something, all the other trades immediately quote it and write their own article, which I've seen them do it like almost immediately to the point.
So call them out. Call them out, Grace.
Well, no. What she's saying though is that this article only came from one person, Umberto Gonzalez.
Yeah, and then no one else.
Ooh, I've heard that name before. That must be bad.
And then nobody else picked it up.
I've heard this name before. That must be bad.
Umberto Gonzalez is
wasn't he something with the Star Wars or something like that? Didn't you do something bad there?
Like Scott Mendelson. He likes to trigger people. He likes to go after people.
He's like another name I don't know.
Well, no, Umberto Gonzalez, he used to run a website called Latino Review, where he used to be a scooper back in the day.
Why is that funny, perp?
So Umberto used to be a notorious scooper with Latino Review.
I can laugh at
that. And then he tried going legit by founding Heroic Hollywood, and then he joined the Wrap. So he kind of went legit.
No, Latino Review actually had really good scoops. I heard back in the day.
No, Latino Review was bad. They didn't
have good scoops back in the day.
Umberto liked to stir the pot.
He's made a lot of enemies stirring the pot. Yeah.
Didn't he have some kind of Star Wars controversy a couple of years ago?
But it seems like The Rock has enough connections that the other outlets kind of squashed it and didn't run with it too. Though that is significant. That is significant. I didn't know that before watching this video.
Yeah,
that's significant.
Yeah, Tim Heidecker is super duper lefty, by the way.
Yeah, but Tim Heidecker is also super duper hilarious.
Yeah, I just wanted to give context.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I just want to give context about what she's talking about. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Point where like I saw like the story first. Okay, like I think I saw like one trade have a quote and be like, "Oh, look at this." And then I scrolled down and I saw the original story at another trade below it in the feed, where they said, "Oh, here's our exclusive." But the other trade just went yoink and took the exclusive and packaged it themselves. So I was like, that's insane. So that's what they're willing to do. But they didn't do it with this rap story about Dwayne Johnson. I think because it was a little shady. And then also, I'm sure Dwayne Johnson has an excellent publicity team who was like,
they squashed it.
This story. All right. So what was the story? So Amazon's Red One. Okay. Thank you, Optimus Prime Ribs. So Amazon's Red One is his Christmas movie that's coming out.
Thank you, Optimus Prime Ribs.
Was that one of our chatters?
Yeah, that's an awesome.
Yeah, why don't we have creative names in the chat?
That actually is a pretty funny.
What are you talking about? We got Anthony Cheeseman.
Oh my god, that's the worst one, bro.
We got Pop Counterculture. We got
clever
Isaac,
names.
Movie Fan, Artificial Worlds.
I mean, come on, our chatters are top notch on YouTube.
Yeah,
we need more funny names.
Optimus Prime Rib.
There's nothing on that.
That's terrific. I can't say anything. That's terrific.
And before that, it was Bay.
At least co-stars Chris Evans themselves. So I was like, that's insane. So that's what they're willing to do. But they didn't do it with this rap story about Dwayne Johnson. I think because it was a little shady. And then also, I'm sure Dwayne Johnson has an excellent publicity team who was like, don't repeat this story. All right, so what was the story? So Amazon's Red One, okay? Thank you, Optimus Prime Ribs. So Amazon's Red One is his Christmas movie that's coming out this Christmas. And it not only co-stars Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons, Oscar winner J.K. Simmons. I'm sure both of them are like, how the hell did we get involved in this? Part of the story is that Dwayne Johnson apparently urinated into a water bottle. And not just any water bottle, thank you, a Voss water bottle.
Yeah, why did they point that out?
Try to ruin his brand deals?
I think it's to ruin his brand deals. Yeah.
God,
it was
what I mean.
No, because he has a lot of.
That's what we're talking about.
A lot.
That is the level we're talking about here, people.
This is Hollywood.
No, what I'm saying.
Entourage. That's what I'm saying. Entourage.
This is exactly like that episode of Entourage. Oh my god, you're right.
This is why people are saying that article is shady.
I have facts to give you, Perp. He insists on having at his movie premieres a bar with his specialty liquor.
Terramana. Yeah, Terramana.
Yeah. Okay. So when you talk about, he's promoting this and he pees in bottles, it's not a good look if you bottle
what
liquids.
Are you telling me? What do you think you're telling me here?
You don't see? You don't see?
I don't see what? I don't see what?
It's so funny.
It's not a good look to have that out there.
Who said otherwise?
If you pee, okay.
It's so funny the way you say peas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why the article felt really shady, because it's like
They didn't need to include that part.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It felt like it included details that just like for very.
I mean, I can understand when I'm pumping iron, I don't want to stop.
Sure.
To go upstairs to the restroom. I just want to keep pumping.
Perfectly reasonable.
Well, yeah,
and my
pump
supplements make me feel like a racehorse.
The way that they were trying to slander him though was they were like, well, he pees when he works on movies. Like he won't go to the stop to go to the bathroom because he's so busy and he's so late that he has to pee in a bottle so they can make the movie.
But when I was reading that, I thought it was weird when it said he urinated in a Voss bottle. Like it's just
what The Rock needed?
It's an unnecessary detail.
You know what The Rock needed, Audrey?
Penalty, unnecessary roughness. Yeah, I did a sports analogy, guys.
No, he needed a bidet. That's what he needed.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's not going to help you for that.
No, well, you wouldn't be in a bottle if you had a bidet waiting, would you?
Right.
He needed a bidet.
It's only going to help a lady.
No, it's a bad look when someone else throw it away, too. Yeah.
Well, that's part of the job of the underlings. You know, if you urinate in a Gatorade bottle, you give it to your assistant. That's just the way it goes.
In the bottoms of an empty
just make sure there's not a lot of lemon flavored Gatorade around the set.
That lemon lime is my favorite one.
It can get confusing.
Every time she says red one, I'm thinking red wine makes me feel so fine.
I said, to me,
see, this is also where I get this bias of Hollywood's dirty perp, as I'm Beyond the Trailer watcher, and the tea is spilled.
Water bottles, because he was like, "Oh, I don't want to mess up our timing," and he didn't want to go find a bathroom. Okay, so I'm sure, that's right, Mexican 8 Nacho. The PR tour is going to be insane because you know that every single interview, particularly at the late night talk show, is going to ask J.K. Simmons and Chris Evans if Dwayne Johnson is peeing in water bottles, and like, what are they going to do?
Pause it for a second, Matt.
Yeah.
So one more thing in The Rock's defense, The Rock probably doesn't eat a lot of carbohydrates. He's probably all lean protein, no bread, nothing like that. So that tends to make, the liquid go right through you. So he probably has to urinate quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Well, when you're working out, hydrate too.
Well, that too. He's probably drinking a gallon of water.
And the supplements he says he's not on does not help with that problem either.
Well, and if he's taking those quote unquote supplements, that dehydrates the hell out of you. So he has to drink a lot, and then couple that with not a lot of bread. He's going to the bathroom quite often. Yeah. So.
If he hired a professional pee person, would everyone be okay with it?
Fascinating question.
Would everyone be okay with this?
I don't think that job
if he hired it, and he goes out and he says specifically, I want someone to deal with my pee.
Here's what I think I solved the
I think someone would do it.
Get
for sure.
From,
is that ethical?
$12. Once you get in the bottle, put it in the tote, and then someone carry the tote. Then it's not as gross. Then you don't have
Actually, they do have an official title for someone who disposes of urine. It's called waste management.
There you go. Yeah. He wants to make sure somebody doesn't take his urine and then sell it on
called
eBay.
Rock management.
Just have the Rock's waste management assistant.
Yeah, the waste management.
Could you imagine?
He has an entourage.
Yeah, could you imagine his horror if somebody was selling vials?
Dude, that's also some great bodyguard shit. No one's gonna mess with you if you have like an entourage of piss bottle holders. Just like everyone will get away from you.
You don't have to worry about somebody selling vials.
You know what? And then the story would come out that he has an official vat, and it would still look bad.
Yeah,
I think we'd be in this.
I'm thinking of starting a piss gang.
We haven't even gotten the crazy stuff yet.
The crazy stuff.
Right, yeah, keep watching.
So. I mean, and we don't even know if it's true, by the way. All right? It's unless someone has a picture.
I would think if it wasn't true.
She's asking for a picture.
No, I don't want pictures. Grace,
no, but that's her point, though. Unless someone has photographic proof of this, then no one should believe it because it's too absurd.
I think if it wasn't true, that his PR would have been all over it. I think it's true.
Here's the thing.
I think it's true.
But here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. It's somewhere in the middle. There's probably been a situation where it happened like once, twice, even, and that's it. And then they're making a big deal out of it.
I agree with that.
But if you read
that's
the crazy thing that Amazon, WWE, and like another company came out and said, no, the story is not true.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Amazon and WWE.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they gave a statement to the rap saying this is not.
No, I heard they said that they're happy with him not.
Yeah, they
I
said
heard the story about him delaying the set is not true. Not
they both said that this is not true. And we're happy.
Yeah, but not the bottom part. I haven't heard.
Did the story mention if they were on studio or on location somewhere else in the jungle or something?
That's the other thing too.
Yeah,
you know, Jumanji. I don't think there's a lot of. I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's bathrooms on. They very very fucking take care of these guys.
Yeah, all the 18-wheeler, the long haul truckers are gonna fall in love with The Rock for this.
All right, well let's see. Let's get the tea.
Of him doing it, I don't think it's an appropriate.
Let's spill the tea, not the Voss bottle,
and,
please.
You know, and I've seen people. I've gotten some of these snaps. People take pictures on set. Okay, so I don't see why. And they said that they made like a PA get rid of it. So I don't understand why an upset PA didn't like take a picture and be like, to use someday, right?
I would take it.
All right, so that was the most salacious of the accusations. But they also said
I'd sell it to China so they make clones of The Rock.
I would.
That's
the final boss's Voss bottle. Actually, I should make an eBay. I should go buy a Voss bottle.
Oh my god,
I love Gatorade and put it on eBay right now.
Try to get a job being a PA.
Let's make an NFT of it.
But in all seriousness, though, right? That's a good point to raise. If he's constantly making his assistants throw away piss bottles, you're telling me nobody's taking a picture of it
or selling it.
Pop in the chat says he literally points out piss bottles in the background of his IG videos as proof that he's a hard worker. That there is proof out there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about earlier. The Rap shared one of those videos to try and make their story seem more legit. That's what I'm talking about, the clickbait nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, and some people do brag about that as hard work.
Film.
In my industry, we hire private investigators sometimes. And one guy, like one of our clients, was upset at how much he was billing, and he called and he yelled. He goes, "You know, I was in that van for this many hours. I pissed in a Gatorade bottle and blah." Like he was bragging about, you know. So some people take pride in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
They take pride in that. I don't think he was yelling with pride with that one.
I can't believe we're talking about piss.
It made the cost of the production skyrocket to like $250 million. And they came after everybody. They were saying that the producers from Dwayne Johnson's company don't have enough experience. They said the people at Amazon who are running the film division overseeing this movie didn't have enough experience. And you're like, what the heck is happening here, man? But yet every single official comment was very supportive of Dwayne Johnson, from the WWE, where they also said he was late all the time. I mean, Madonna's late too, right? I mean, it happens, right? To, you know, Amazon. Amazon also backed him fully. All right. Now, unfortunately, there's a little bit of smoke here.
Uh-oh.
And that he, of course, had an infamous feud with Vin Diesel on the Fast and Furious movies. But I got to tell you, I've heard some not so great stuff about Vin Diesel either. But the Fast and Furious movies print so much money that that's why he's still able to get his an amazing cast to work with him. But Dwayne Johnson,
I heard Vin Diesel was the one late to set.
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was the reports about why they were feuding, because like The Rock was taking it super seriously because there was so much money on the table, and Vin Diesel was just like showing up late and just like doing whatever he wanted. And like their styles, their like personalities just didn't mix very well.
I think The Rock's
fantastic cinema.
Clash, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a clash.
Johnson doesn't need money. So maybe that's the reason that he decided to leave. Maybe they're both difficult. We don't know. First, and I'd also like to say that there's a lot of sharing in the press. You know, unless there's someone did something like illegal, okay, or criminal, right? You're supposed, you know, this is supposed to stay, you know, in the industry. So
that she's saying part of the industry is not to throw dirty laundry out unless it's really like it's illegal.
Well, unless it's like criminal, you're not like really like stuff like this is just very.
It's meant to embarrass them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feels like it's just like sharing stuff that doesn't need to be shared.
Yeah, like usually there's money to be made. Just keep this quiet. Like it is weird that it came out.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not sure why this got out. To me, it feels like an extension of his interview that he did. So let me touch on that. So I believe it was on Fox, all right, or Fox Sports or something. So about a month ago, Dwayne Johnson does this interview where he says that he not only hates cancel culture, but, And there's a discussion to be had there, right? But then he also said that he was not in favor. He felt the world was becoming woke. And again, everybody was like, I mean, that disappointed me that he used that term. That really disappointed me a lot. Hey, Fabin91, I was sad that he used the term because I really have loved Dwayne Johnson. I've interacted with him a few times on social media. I interviewed him once.
Is that where we're getting to the part though where, okay, he didn't say something.
Well, there's context though. So can I get some context?
No, I remember that I was fine with this interview.
Was during, so this was on Fox Nation.
Yeah.
He was doing an interview with Will Kane during WrestleMania weekend. It was an interview about WrestleMania.
He was promoting on Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Will Kane kind of brought up because The Rock kind of publicly Will Kane was talking to The Rock about if he was going to endorse Joe Biden again during the election season, and he said no.
I think more people should just stay out because it's so volatile politics.
Right, but also Will Kane was just talking about politics because it's Fox Nation. Of course, he's going to ask a question about that. And The Rock basically went off about cancel culture and what he felt like I remember the exact quote. Someone can find it, but he talked about
the response is let's embarrass him and somewhat.
Well, he talked about, he says he doesn't like woke culture. He doesn't like the current woke, political correct culture that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were very disappointed by that. And people were also disappointed that he said, I'm not going to endorse Joe Biden or any political candidate moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of...
I understand where some people will be slightly disappointed, but go to the fact where they want